Hello, all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at Canadian 1-cent coins from 1953 to 2011, and it turns out that there's a huge number of different varieties of the coins. And of course we can see the first one here right in the middle. That's the 1953 coin. And these coins the reason we're going from 53 to 2011 is because in 1953, the first Queen Elizabeth II Canadian penny came out. And you can see it says 1 cent across the top. It has a maple sprig. It says 1953 here in Canada here. And then if we get way over on the side, we see KG for George Kruger Gray, who engraved this coin. If we flip it over, we see that it has the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth on it. And this is the 27-year-old Queen Elizabeth. It is a engraving by Mary Gillick, has been retouched by Thomas Shingles. It says Elizabeth II, Dea Gratia, by the grace of God, Regina, or Queen. And so this coin here was out from 1953 until 1964, and this is the first version of it. The next coin we'll look at is the 1965. So the 65, you can see it, same thing, 1 cent, 65, all the same. And so in 65, they went to the second portrait, the 39-year-old Queen, and she's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. And again, it just says Elizabeth II here in DG rather than Dea Gratia, by the grace of God, Regina. So they just put the initials of the word here rather than the whole word. The next version to come out was the 1967 version. And this is a pretty famous Canadian penny. It has a rock dove on it. And this is the Confederation commemorative coin, but it's a circulating commemorative, so they made a bunch of them. They made 345 million of these, so there's plenty of them out there. Again, it's a bronze coin. If you look down here, you see it says 1867 to 1967. Has a beaded rim. If you look to this one, again, we have a beaded rim. And then way back here, we see we have the denticles. And that's something we want to look at going forward. So we have the denticles, or the lines coming out. We have the beads here starting in 65. 67, we have the beaded rim. And again, the second portrait. This is the Arnold Machen portrait. Next, we have the 1981 Canadian penny. And this one, again, has the Arnold Machen portrait on it. But in 1981, they made what they call the light cent. And this coin is actually almost all copper. It wasn't a very deep imprint, and you see it still has the beads here, simply because in 1980 and 81, they made these coins were a little different. They went from 3.24 gram in 79 to a 2.8 gram in 1980 and 81, and this is almost all copper. And you can see also a difference when they go to 1982. And you can see a couple differences on here between the 81 and the 82. First off, this one isn't round anymore. 1982, they went to a dodecagonal, or 12-sided 1 penny coin. Same Arnold Machen portrait on the front. You also see they went from the denticles in 80 and 81 to the beads again. So we went beads, denticles, beads, denticles, beads, and then, of course, the dodecagonal shape. And you can see the 12 sides if we hold it up just about right, like that. The next coin came out in 1990. And the 1990 version was again dodecagonal, but it had the newest portrait of the Queen on it. Third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And this is the Dora de Pettery Hunt portrait, the third portrait, and this was from 1990 to 1996. And they threw one in the middle, though, in 1992. And the one that they threw in the middle was the Confederation coin, the 1867 to 1992 dodecagonal Confederation coin with the Dora de Pettery Hunt portrait on it. The next change was in 1997 when they went to the round coin again. So we went from the dodecagonal back to the round, and then with this wide beaded interior. So rather than having this kind of little space here, they went to more space between the beads, and this is the 1997 version Again, the Dora de Petrie Hunt. In 2002, they came out with another commemorative coin, and this is the 50th anniversary of the Queen coin. In this particular coin, the Golden Jubilee is a non-magnetic coin, and it says 1952 to 2002 on it. It's not really the same. The back had the date on this one. You can tell this one because all the dates are on the front, the 52 to 2002. And in 2003, things got even weirder. 2003 coin, the third portrait, but then in 2003, they also produced another 2003 coin, and it had the fourth portrait on it. And at the bottom of this one, you see these both have a P on them. These are both 2003 coins. Let's look at that one more time. 2003, 2003, fourth. And so they kind of overlapped. And these both have a P on the bottom of them. And the P on the bottom means something. It means they are a steel coin, copper-plated steel, rather than the bronze coins. In 2004, they came out with the same coin, the new image coin, and this one has a P on it, this one doesn't. And so in 2004, there's a magnetic and a non-magnetic. And so 2004, they had the fourth portrait on both, but they had a magnetic with a P on it and a non-magnetic. And they also had a W that came out that year, and I don't have the W here. 2006, we went back to these coins, and I'll show you something different they did in 2006, and that is they went from the non-P, non-nothing down here in 2006 to a logo of the Royal Canadian Mint. So in 2006, we started seeing this on the coins, and that's a Royal Canadian Mint logo. The 2011, and this was a penultimate year. They stopped making Canadian pennies in 2012, and so you don't see the 1 cent coins anymore. They round up to, or I guess they round up or round down, I don't know how they do it, to the Canadian 5 cent coin. That's the last of them. Again, we have the logo, which carried through. Good luck collecting coins out there from DC Coin World International Coin Channel.